you doing? And welcome back indeed. Now, today I really wanted to dedicate a little video to an act and an artist who I've really been appreciating for the past couple of months, and who for some reason I've just, amongst all the topics to talk about, has just always kind of been pushed back. But I'm putting my foot down today. We're talking about this man, Robert Finley, who in his late age has made a burst into the music scene, and with all the lovely attributes which he has going his way, has captured the hearts of many, many listeners, and who I want to show you off and show you how good he is. As we all know, as much as I do love the great and the old school blues acts, as can be seen by my wonderful wall of records.
Enhance. Stop. Move in. Stop. Enhance 34 to 36. Give me a hard copy right there.
Oh, that's hot.
You have the power of God at your fingertips, and you choose to watch
Fred.
What the hell is wrong with you?
And although perhaps the videos aren't as popular as others, I really love taking a second talking about musicians who are making their way into the scene and, you know, just expressing themselves, and that's what I'm all about. Oh, and a quick interruption here in the middle of the video. May want to consider subscribing below if you enjoy the video, enjoy the music, or just enjoy me. So in today's edition of the Rich Source Review, we are going to examine both Sold Out On You, released in like February or towards the end of that month, and Country Boy. So a two-review shebang discussion meme extravaganza. And as we get ready for such a hefty video, why don't we caffeine up as we should and get ready for some memes. Alright, so I don't exactly know how close to my Black Keys video this is going to be, but I wanted it to be right after, specifically because Robert Finley is an act produced in part by Dan Orbach, but really the main stage and the main attraction of our act and our artist here is Mr. Robert Finley's beautiful, emotional and expressive vocal chords. And as we do here, I think that the best way to talk about Robert Finley's voice is to compare it to a delicious pasta sauce. It is, on a surface level, a very simple, traditional, soulful, bluesy voice, which is just deep, expressive, warm and wonderful, but I would argue there is so much more going on here. If you will compare it to a delicious but traditional spaghetti with mussels from the Venetian area, you will think that the main attraction is perhaps the mussels, or, you know, just chucking in the seafood with the spaghetti, but there is so much more going on to this dish than you think. There's a little bit of olive oil, there's a little bit of parsley. The oil and the quote-unquote sauce which accompanies the dish is made by cooking cherry tomatoes in a pan with some olive oil, letting the oils and the delicious flavors from the fresh fruits kind of seep into the oil with a little bit of garlic, a little bit of parsley, a hint of chili flakes, and then you pop that into the spaghetti with the cooked mussels, and you kind of let the whole thing brew, and it just ends up being a delicious, fresh plate of food. And we get the same thing here. This voice is at the same time very strong, has a decent little bit of range to it, but in my opinion, its unique factor is that it sounds like it is hardened through decades of practice, passion, and just a willingness to express oneself. This is what you get when you listen to Robert Finley, and it's why I really wanted to talk about the bloke, because his music, in my opinion, fucking slaps. From Sold Out On You, we get a really classy exhibition of what his vocal cords can do, where it's just him, a little piano, a little bit of surrounding musical pizzazz to kind of get it going, but it's him taking center stage. Whereas here in Country Boy, we flip the script, where you may think that he's just a quote-unquote banal soul act, just adding himself to the list who have to compete with the greats such as Charles Bradley or Ray Charles and all those wonderful musicians. Here we are getting the versatility and variety, see, two things I love, of a gentleman who can play some traditional blues on the guitar. Beautiful, Beautiful rhythm section, a bit original, like it doesn't sound, you know, in any way simple or gratuitous. Added in with some slide guitar, really kind of letting the instruments speak, work in antiphony with his voice. And again, that voice, it's almost fragmented. It gets that breaking point, and you can hear that there's a lot of work and years of experience kind of leading up to that. And we can see that the ingredients making up this act are variety, experience, soulful ability to express himself. At the same time, some blues bonanzas with some slide guitar, beautiful rhythms, lead lines, which has a bit of crunch and body to it, but at the same time, some really elegant finesse. To make up who, in my mind, is an act to keep an eye on and really support in this time, because this man is clearly a limitless passion for music, and it's so heartwarming to see him get some recognition at, you know, an age where some people may think it is a bit too late to make music in life. But this gentleman is fucking showing you what he can do. Moving on from a flavor standpoint, it's all here. We all know here on the channel that I love variety, I love taste, I love doing things, I love soul, I love blues. The only thing that's missing here is a funk song where he pulls out a sax and busts some melodic lines for me, and then I'm all soul in this fella. Honestly, I really enjoy his music, and it ticks most of the boxes for who I really appreciate as an act. And there's some expressiveness here, there's some traditional core bluesiness that kind of goes into it, and I think there's something for everyone to enjoy. So although there's a very limited kind of flavor section of the video, I've already kind of expressed my appreciation for everything he does up to this point, so I don't want to waste too much more time repeating myself. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, finally, we get to presentation. Now repeat it with me, raising your voice in unison, everyone. Just get it out of your system. What good is a delicious tasting pot of sauce if it looks like shit and no one wants to eat it? Well, from a standpoint of presentation, we obviously get the fact that this is a unique sort of musician, really taking a step forwards and showing us that there's truly no age at which he was sort of locked out of being a great act, a great artist, and someone who can really speak their mind. And in this specific bundle that I would call Robert Finley as a musician, we get the energy of a young act kind of starting out and wanting to make a name for themselves, with the skill and expressiveness and emotional maturity of a hardened musician who's been playing for years, knows what they need to do, has a whole backpack of experiences and stories they can draw from for lyricism, and really a very unique shabam of tone and flavor. So to end things off here today, I'm pretty sure that we all are thinking, Fred, where does Robert Finley rank on the scale of sauce? And although I may have covered him a little bit later than I would have wanted to, that does in no way discredit my appreciation for him as a musician. I think that the two acts that we've gotten in the past couple of months, for different reasons, for all the variety that he showed, for his expressiveness and the unique elements that I've mentioned of him as a musician and as an act bursting into the scene, we're giving him a 90%. The signature flavor of this sauce, the finesse and all the ingredients and the way they mesh together and really work towards giving you a palate cleansing and refreshing plate of sauce, in my opinion, warrant a lot of credit and a lot of recognition for him as an artist. And I really think we should all go support him, listen to his shit, and really prove that musicians can stand the test of time. Bob Dylan can come out with a new album and compete with the best of them at his age. Billy Gibbons can come out with new music. And, you know, if you haven't had a massive library of music to build up your case up to this point, and you just want to come out, play some guitar and do some shit now, more than welcome to. We're gonna love you. So at the end of the day, that's all from me, Robert Finley. You should check him out. Cool dude. And I'm done here. If you've stuck with me to the end of the video, please consider subscribe down below. I've had a lot of fun talking about this gentleman. And do remember, stay classy, my internet people.